HopCast number 9. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
I'm Hunnemeder.
And we just got home from work.
Oh, what a rough day.
How was work today?
Oh, it's brutal.
Yeah, lifting lumber.
Yeah.
And building
Big time.
houses.
I built so many houses today, it was nuts.
And how was those damn
How many
kids?
graphics you been making?
Like 8 or 9 graphics for these damn kids. Kids and their graphics. Alright, so
We need some thirst quenching, get home from work beer.
right, so when I get home, I'm gonna reach for the IPA. But since it was a tough day, I'm gonna double that.
Double IPA.
So this episode, we're gonna compare 2 double IPAs.
All right.
It's a double episode.
Double, otherwise known as Imperial IPAs, basically meaning we're looking at India Pale Ales IPA. India Pale Ales originated when they were making the trip trying to make the trip from England over to India with the beer. In order to make that trip, since there was
No airplanes, no helicopters.
right, going by ship, and there's no refrigeration, they used extra hops and extra alcohol in order to be able to sustain the whole long boat trip. So, by use of the extra alcohol, extra hops, they sustained the trip. The beer was fresh.
So it's also more of an ale because it's not cold with refrigeration, right?
No.
No?
It has nothing to do with the fermentation.
Nothing to do with the
This
ale
is
lagers?
This is just the shipment.
Okay, the method.
This is after the brew is already made,
Oh, okay.
and it's just
so
like
in order to keep it fresh.
exactly
Right, okay.
without it spoiling. Hops are a natural preservative, so use more hops, it'll last longer. More alcohol, lasts longer.
So if they got there faster, it'd be stronger with the hops, right?
What?
No?
No.
Alright.
Anyways,
No?
it's taken off. Now, especially in America, we love hops. So this is looking good. Can't wait to have this out.
Ah, what a day, what a day.
Oh.
Charlie's here.
Hey, Charlie.
Oh, man.
How's your day?
What's going on? Oh, you guys drinking some beers?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Give me some.
We got a double IPA.
Okay, we're doing double IPAs.
Nice.
So,
Glad you guys are still doing this stupid show.
Wait, we didn't even talk about which IPA we had.
nope.
Alright, who do we got?
Brad brought this
Right.
from his vacation.
From Oregon. In a casca?
Ninkasi.
Ninkasi. Alright, they're from Eugene, Oregon.
Ninkasi.
And they have about 10 to 15 beers that they brew and bottle.
Okay. And now, have you had this previously?
No, this is the
Okay.
first time.
You just picked this up at the liquor store.
I
Thought it'd be a good idea.
saw them at Belmont Station in Portland.
Thought Charlie would like it.
Great beer store. I thought I'd like it.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't even think about Charlie. I'm thinking about me.
I was thinking about it. All right, well, let's try it.
Even though Charlie's already been trying.
Oh, it smells great.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Mm. That's fantastic.
Wow. This is...
Pretty fruity.
I don't even remember going to work today.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Wow.
All my troubles are just washing away right now.
Right. This is the kind of beer I love. It's bitter. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy because it's bitter and refreshing at the same time.
It's
Very clean.
because it's not just the bitter hops; it's also the floral hops. So it's both. It's bitter yet very thirst quenching.
Also very fruity. You get a lot of grapefruit and I would say orange.
This-
like orange
A
peel.
lot of grapefruit in the
this-
aroma.
Yeah, the citrus
A
comes
lot of
out.
grapefruit.
So something we didn't talk about in the Oregon episode was the hops they use. And I believe many of the places in Oregon use Willamette hops.
Willamette.
And that's supposedly one of the... No, Maeve's shaking her head. It's
Willamette.
Willamette hops.
Well, I don't know how to pronounce it, but
So, but it's supposedly one of the best hops here in America. It's like a hybrid of English hops with, I don't know, it's just a hybrid of English hops. I don't know what the hybrid is with American hops.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Northwestern Brewers hops.
Right. But you were saying Oregon's one of the only places that you can grow hops here in America.
It's not. Well, it's a select few. There's some hops grow in California and stuff like that, but Oregon is one of the places in America that does have the climate that is required to brew hops. So Rogue
To brew
is
hops?
in
To
order
grow hops.
to grow hops.
Grow
Thank you very much. It's been a long night. Rogue is one of the breweries, which is where I was going, that actually does grow their own hops.
I was doing some.
Right, yeah. But Willamette hops.
Willamette.
Yeah. So
Pretty good.
If you see a bottle that says like brewed with Willamette hops, it's probably likely to be a good beer, especially American style beer.
It kind of reminds me of Amarillo hops. I think they're kind of similar.
Getting that?
Not the same, but
I don't know my
not
hops.
similar. I don't know very many types of hops, but I know I like Amarillo hops a lot. There's the Three Floyds guys use a lot of Amarillo hops, and I really like that. Kind of real grassy taste. It's really good. This is not too far off from that. This is very similar. This is delicious.
Right. So what is this? This rings in about at the 9% alcohol, which you definitely don't taste it. Hair of the dog, I tasted. Like the alcohol was a little stronger, but it didn't seem like it was 1% higher than this beer.
Yeah, this one, I mean, you taste a lot of hops, so I kind of assume that it might be higher. But it's not like an alcohol burn. No.
So, well, what could you eat with this beer? Like, what's the pairing?
Well, I always go with cheese.
You just cheese and beer. That's all you eat. That's how you keep your figure.
No, these like double IPAs, I usually go with like a soft cheese or something like that.
I would think seafood this would be a good match with seafood. I think of the really hoppy, floral, grassy kind of beers. I think of using them the same way you'd use white wine, like with chicken or poultry or fish, and like the really darker beers. I usually think of with beef.
Red meat.
Yeah.
So maybe some like fish tacos.
I would like a fish taco, right?
Yeah,
I had a fish taco for dinner.
that was good. So that's what I got fish tacos on my mind.
So you don't want a fish sandwich?
So fish tacos and a double IPA could go very well together.
It's just like both of them have a nice bite.
That's very good. So, but this episode's all about comparing two IPAs.
Yep.
Is it?
All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. You
Cool.
show up late. Yeah.
So we got more beer?
We got
Charlie
more.
just got back off
Sweet.
work, so
Sweet.
catch him up. We're actually going to compare this with another double IPA. We're going to go up to Wisconsin and have some Sprecher.
So then I told my boss, you know what? You'll get the report when I feel like it, okay? These deadlines are just... Yeah.
All right. We're doing a HopCast here.
All right.
So, all right. Back to the HopCast. Enough about Charlie's cracker job. So
You got a cracker job.
So, all right. You serve crackers all day. So,
I'm a server at the cracker
on the double IPA front, I have the Sprecher Double IPA that I picked up about a year ago, which IPAs are not good to age because they're going to lose the hop greatness. As Ken told you about traveling over, the hops are going to get less as you travel. So it traveled in my closet maybe a little too long, and it might be more of long just the IPA now.
Yeah, I mean, they make a good preservative. It's just that any beer that specializes in hops, you usually want to drink as fresh as you can. Because the longer you age them, the flavors are all going to meld together. You're going to lose that hop bite that you like about IPAs or pale ales and stuff like that.
Stouts and like barley wines are okay to age.
Great to
They're
age.
fine. But
Yeah.
But the IPAs, you might not want to age. So let's pour this out and compare. It's been almost a year now.
Probably about 10 months or so.
And it has a very similar color of the previous beer.
So it's a little darker.
I think it's
A little bit, a little more orange, a little more red.
Yeah, more. It should be close because they're both double IPAs.
Yeah. Oh, this smells aged.
So it's been. So what is this?
We're looking for.
We'll read in the bottle. Blah blah blah. All right. Hi.
This is exciting footage. Brad reading a bottle.
Yes. Words number 2.
Brad, are you illiterate?
All right.
Alright.
So this is from Sprecher. They're out in Wisconsin.
Glendale, Wisconsin.
Yeah. You usually see them in the.
They're located in the Wisconsin area.
You usually see them in the 16-ounce bottles.
Yes.
Yes.
I.e. the pizza beer was from Sprecher.
Not technically.
But it was bottled by them.
It was bottled by Sprecher. You can't put the recipe on
Right.
Sprecher.
Yeah, it wasn't their idea.
It wasn't their idea. They just said, okay, guys, we'll bottle it. But it's the same bottle you'd see from Sprecher as the pizza beer. So,
Right.
all right, so let's try Sprecher. All right, I think it has a little more alcohol taste than the previous IPA.
A little bit.
A double IPA, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely taste aged. I don't even know what words to use to describe it, but any beers that have been aged, it just gets this aged flavor. I really don't know how else to describe it, but regardless of the style of beer, if it's aged, it takes on this unique character, and this tastes like that. It tastes aged.
You're right. It almost, it's like cellar.
Yeah.
It tastes like cellar.
Yeah.
And,
So, yeah, this has, what is this is like 1% lower on the alcohol content, but it tastes a little more, which might be the aging, right?
yeah, it's tough to say because, I can't believe that it is changed this much because I've definitely I've tasted a fresh Sprecher Double IPA,
Yeah.
and it tastes much different than this.
Like closer to the previous one, or
Definitely closer to that. I can't really say that they're, exactly the same, but it's just this is much different than what it was 10 months ago, which is pretty crazy. I thought it would take over a year.
right. So this could be. We said you shouldn't age IPAs. It might be a good experiment if you have enough beers. Why not, right?
Brad has enough beers.
It's delicious, aged or not. I mean, it's not like.
Oh, it's a great
It's not,
beer.
when I say that it tastes aged, I don't mean that as a bad thing. It's still awesome. It's
Right,
just
it
it's
has-
just a different type
it
of.
has- it hasn't
awesome
gone
and
skunk.
fresh. No, not at all.
No.
Right.
No.
It's Charlie's right. It's a hard thing to describe. In order to get a grasp on it, what I would recommend is going to the Delilah's Vintage Beer Fest,
Yeah.
When is that?
which is in the springtime, if I can remember.
Really?
I don't remember when it is, but it's awesome.
When did you guys go? You and Charlie. Charlie and you went.
JB went. Charlie was there. Matt Pickett went.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out!
They filled the entire bar with representatives from different beer companies and distributors, and they all brought along samples of beers and from beers from different years. So they might have, here's one we bottled last year, here's one we bottled 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And so you could try a relatively new one and an old one and then a really old one of the same beer, so you could see
Yeah,
the difference and just compare the taste as the same beer ages. And it was just surprising how much it changes.
Same brew recipe, just different vintages of that beer. And yeah, you can see how the beer ages over the years. And that way you can get a better taste of it, just like home brewing, when you can break down what ingredients go into what flavors. If you have the ingredients there in front of you, you can decipher then how the beer tastes the way it does.
So the aging process will
I do not.
definitely be something we do or hope to do on the show if we can get the aged beer with the new beer. So it would have
Yeah.
been interesting to have a new double IPA and compare those two.
Right.
So you kind of screwed up the whole episode.
Yeah, I guess, but it's two double IPAs. I would rather have the Ninkasi.
Ninkasi.
Ninkasi. I'd rather have that one over this one, just because this one has more of like an alcohol taste to it, I guess. If I was just drinking on the Brad drinkability scale, I'd rather have the previous beer versus this one.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I can see that.
on the Brewers Index.
The juice index that this would place at, I believe it's, let me
Or just higher or lower than the previous
carry
beer.
the two. 4,217, which is, good score. It's
That's
higher than average. It's
alright.
it's a good beer.
I would put this at about 60 on the Hunnemeder. I feel that it has potential, but it was probably aged too long, like we've already mentioned before. From what I remember tasting it when it was fresh, it was fantastic. Up around probably 80, 85.
Now it's down to 60.
Yeah, just the aging just doesn't do well with the hop-heavy beers. Takes away all the hoppiness,
Yeah.
what you want.
The bite you want.
Want the hoppiness.
Exactly.
Gotta have that hoppiness.
I gotta have it. Oh, you better believe it.
Well, all right then.
Thanks for watching.